Oh, look at that. 0. Hi, you guys. My countdown went so fast I couldn't even. I went downstairs real quickly. All right. Happy Easter weekend. Sunday, I'm going to run some tons and tons of different PDFs that will be amazing. Welcome in, you guys. Welcome to WCIA Network, where everything I do and say falls under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Today's presentation is part 6 of Elements Only. Hi, Kathy. Hi, Muffin Top. Elements Only is all about Summer Moon Wells' missing children and the cases that I'm working on, and the elements that show up in each case. All the elements that I show here in the Elements Only are part of every case that I work on. So when I put something up like this is an example. What I'm doing today is putting up the same element which shows in the channels that I follow and shows in the different cases that I have reviewed. Yes, it'll be sensitive information. It will also be information that falls under philosophy and comes through how can I say it? It comes through my sixth sense. And it seems as if everything has stayed the same since June 16th. Today's presentation, I'm going to go over many elements that come from the following channels. Molly's, Ryan's, Benny's, JLR, Olivia, Ziggy, Bullhorn Betty, Ernie. Now, I'm mentioning those up front because it's not about them. When I do my elements, it isn't about the names that I just mentioned. So when I'm showing faces here, the WCAA network family knows that I don't make it about them. This is all about the children, and this is all about getting justice for the children by showing the elements that are shown over and over and over. The elements may look a little silly, but that is why I'm showing them over and over, because they repeat in each and every case. So we may be like someone that's new. I'm going to try my best to explain it in a way that you see it. It does take some time, so don't get frustrated, because I have almost 600 videos that explain this. And it's a different way of seeing things, so your eyes and your brain may not wrap around the concept. And it's not just I guess it's just not a concept, it's the images. You're going to see, you'll look at this and be like, oh, Ryan Upchurch is just laying his head down. Maybe he is, but the way he's doing it are showing elements and showing the story of the Summer Wells missing children. When you look at Molly, she has this thing around her head. Those are elements. Now, it's never about the person, because there's deep fakes involved. Deep fakes are placed within people's videos and make you believe as if you are seeing one thing, but there's another story beneath what you are seeing. The story beneath many of these channels, if they know it or not, that's up to the authorities to figure out, is what shows in the deep dark web, and that is what is going on with these children, in my theory, all allegedly. Allegedly. That what is going on beneath these channels, maybe they know it, maybe they don't. I don't care. I'm showing it and showing the channels and the information for the authorities to go look at and recognize that those elements are showing over and over. In order to pull an element together and make a case that makes sense to the authorities, you have to show the elements and have them repeat. I can't just be like, oh, there's a box. Who the fuck cares if there's a box? But now it's a box, the same color, exactly the same box that is placed underneath these heads in exactly the same positions. That becomes an element. And there's going to be a time and a place where it's not going to make any sense that they're ignoring it. Because I've been to the authorities and I just laugh so hard. I've told the story all the time. I went the very first time I saw these elements and I sounded like such an idiot. I look back now and you know what? I did. Because I didn't have it in order. I didn't have any story to be told. I didn't even present it correctly. I was like a bat out of a cage, like, oh my God, there's dead people and they're hanging and they're in boxes and they're under the ground and they're in the water and they're on the train and they're in boxes and they're here. Like, it just, it when I look back, there's no freaking way that they were going to be able to do anything with my information. But time has gone by and it's been a year since then. And I'm still collecting the same information, and Summer Moon Wells Missing Children Spirit Guides are teaching me how to present it so they get justice. I've learned all this through them. I didn't know about any of this. I didn't even know how to explain it in the beginning. Wasn't doing a very good job, and I get it. But I was showing information that other people do see. And the information that they do see, and they have seen it since I've seen it, they themselves, because I hear from you guys and I listen, were like feeling as if they were seeing things, or feeling as if you weren't being acknowledged, and it was very frustrating. This channel gives those people a chance and a privilege to know that they're okay, that what they're seeing is real, and what they're understanding is real. It's a very tough thing to see, because what they're doing to these children and these people are very disgusting. And it's very sick. And man, do they have a program that they're running that is just not being stopped. It's not being stopped, you guys. It's a very deep, dark program. And it's up to authorities to really see and understand the elements that are going on. I mean, it's underground, period. It's underground. And it might be right underneath your feet. It might be just a level just right below the people, because their heads seem to be sticking up out of these boxes. In the beginning, I used to hear channels being like, oh my God, this lady is being like, oh, they have a head on a platter. And I'm like, yeah, there's heads on platters. And it was just so funny to hear them repeat me, because I probably would be doing the same thing they were doing. Like, what? You know, my vision, as I was preparing for this, my vision of what I see, I know is true. And what I see and what I was shown through spirit was someone brought me over to a mountaintop. All the way down, they had me walking there, walking over to this place. And you look down, it was down into the mountains. And they're like, look, there's a body there, and there's a body, and this is vision. This is my clairvoyant vision. And there is a body laying on the mountain, as if someone threw the body there. And they're like, oh my God, she fell. I'm like, looking at it, I'm like, you guys, that body was placed there. There's no blood. There's no blood. Like, there would be blood if a body's falling from the top of a mountain down into the mountain, into a hole. And with that, these people started coming, and I recognized two of the girls. I'm like, something's going on here. I got to get out of here. This is really bad. Two of the girls ran these programs at the church, and I recognized their face, and they were the ones that went and rescued the body. I'm like, this isn't making any sense. I'm like, if they're good, I'm like, don't let them go get the body, because I think they're the ones who put it there, and you're never going to figure anything out, because everyone that was there I have seen before within these videos. And it was telling me that whoever is throwing or killing these bodies, they're the same people that are retrieving the bodies. It's a full circle. So there's a full circle from the moment there's in the sacrifice. There's a full circle from the moment they get in to the moment they get out and then retrieved. It's all the same circle of people. That's what I was told. That's all I know. I mean, that's what I was shown. And that was something that was shown to me within the last 24 hours. So usually it takes 2 to 3 days for something to happen. And then I'll see it and be like, whoever retrieved that body has to be looked into. Whoever retrieves the body has to be investigated, is what I'm being told. Now, this didn't happen yet. Didn't happen yet. It's going to happen. It's a premonition. It's a foresight. And it's a foresight for the authorities to recognize and see and learn about the people that are coming in once the bodies are found. Correct, sassafras. It's a full ring. It's a ring. And according to what I was told, that's where they're going to find their information. Their strongest information is how they retrieve the body, more so than how they kill the body. It's a message. You know, it's a message, not just to me, but to me to speak it here, to let the people know if to pay attention to that. Pay attention. I have a PDF to go over, and while I'm going over this, I'm going to explain how you yourselves can figure this out. So I give examples. It's 175 pages, so kick back and relax. And it's to educate. It's to educate and give you information that could help bring justice to these kids. So when I'm showing you this as I'm starting it, this here has nothing to do with Ryan, but I'm going to show you an example. How I go and find it. Now, I have a leg up on most people because I know exactly where to go. That seems to be one of the things that I do best. Is I know which video. I could see it prior and I know where to go in the video. I didn't know that. I learned that. So I'm opening up this presentation by showing you the most important information usually falls within the second that is not there. And for me, it's usually between the 3 o'clock and the 4 o'clock. These numbers, the 3:30, the 3:15, the 4:15, the 6:15. This, you know, I know where to go by the number. This is a brand new video, and I was able to collect a lot of information from this because I knew that there was a second in there that was gone. You could do this yourself. You go to the video, hold your cursor down, and you'll see the 3:30, the 3 minute and 30 second is gone. You can't get to it. It doesn't exist in the video. It goes from 3:29 to 3:31. Now, why is that important? Is because that's how I know the information lies between there for me to bring to you guys. It tells me that there's critical information that the spirit guides want me to get because it's lying there so I could explain it to you. And this was shown to me after I had already like 150 pages done. I know that this here, where the head lays and how they're underground and what's wraps on their head is critical because of the location. This location underground, I've gotten most of my information from Benny's channels since day one. He's been around way longer than anyone knows. Now, that doesn't mean he has anything to do with it. His channel gives me the most information. So, now this they might say is just something he put in there, right? I don't care. Because my spirit guides tell me that this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. These cages, now I'm not saying these are, anything about him. But when I don't give a fuck if they say, oh, we just put that in there for my video, blah, blah, blah. It's not about you. It's not about you. It's about this photo. It's about showing the story of the Summer Moon Well's missing children. It's about the cage. It's about the clear walls that are surrounded by maroon metal. What I am telling you is what I am told. And this is why I was told to go to that number and to really see what is right around it and to recognize the elements are right there. Whatever this underground thing looks like, it looks like this. There's the window up there. There's the hole in the cage. And the walls are clear. You could see in, but you can't see out. And they're maroon. And this is a box. This is a box. This here is the entrance. Wherever they crawl through, this is their small little door to their small little house. Now, not to say, again, I have to be very clear. This is what I see in my third eye, and this is the best photo I could show you that presents it. The photo to the left is just their head laying there. So when I say that that is a person's head laying in the box, and then I say, you know, Ryan Upchurch is being used as the deep fake because someone's under there, this video to me, even though this is what you see, I don't see this. I see what you see to the left. Now, I'm able to get these photos. Don't ask me how. You guys could do it, but I don't see just a Ryan Upchurch sitting here talking in the dark. It's not the dark. If you snap photos of him in the dark, this is what you're going to get. So this is called deep fake. I don't know if he knows that this shit is under. I'm going to show you that's underneath him. Doesn't matter. He's not going to look at it anyways. Everything's allegedly correct, Vicky. I have nothing here that could be proven right or wrong. Zero zilcho. Nothing. But he is not laying there just talking. His head is sticking in the box. It's right there. There is nothing different that you see to the left than you see to the right. Now, if I brighten this stuff up and we ignore his face, you see the hole in the wall. It's right there. And there's something in it. That's what he's laying on. And he's got that thing in his mouth, thing on his neck, and in his eyeball. It's not Ryan. This is the stuff that I have been seeing. See? The guy that's to the left, I don't know who he is. He may be smiling and laughing, but he is representing what is going on within these sacrifices. He represents it because, oh, I wish I could. Here. Sometimes I can't brighten them up because this here represents this. Because, let me circle it. Everything is layered, right? So it's all layered, you guys. You could unlayer the whole thing. This window, it would be this window. He would be in here. His head would be on this thing. There's a little window here. There's a little window here. It's very simple. But what we're all seeing and just listening to is him talking. So I continuously show the elements, like what's in his mouth and what's in his eye is something that is not new. Not new. The way his head is the same position and the same hole in the wall that has been shown throughout. Oh my God. Andrew Hiltz, go to my videos. Benny's, go to my videos. I'm going to show you them here. But this here isn't him just talking in a t-shirt. See how his head's coming out of that tarp? See this? And yes, his head's coming out. And let me tell you something, it's not him. He's a great artist. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know anything about him. But his videos are definitely being used, you guys. This isn't even anything that's in the video. This is what's under the video. Under. The picture to the right is Benny's hand that is coming out of the window. I'll get back to that because it just shows, let me show you. Shapes, which I'm going to show you. Come on, let me turn it. The reason I'm showing this is because I'm going to back this up. I just have to turn it around. These all did. I couldn't really prove all of these shapes until now because now I have so many of the same groups that have it. But this is what's in the window, the fake window. This fake window is the same fake window that Ryan Upchurch's head is in. It's always been the fake car. Fake car, fake car. That's the fake Molly. So this is what I showed you. Their heads are coming out of the fake car. Benny Keys, you guys are new and everyone's like, oh, why do you pick on certain people? I don't. I go to the videos that give me the most information. And what I really want to show you, so you could be aware, because it seems as if his videos are still giving information. And even though I may not bring up certain creators as much as I did, it doesn't mean I'm not grabbing their information, because their information is key. Now, this is a while ago. This was Bloody Benny Keys when he had 11,000. This was in the beginning. This photo, in the beginning, those who weren't here, these photos really showed the box and the number 5 in the beginning. So I collected all these. So a lot of people never know what I mean by number 5 box, and they're shaped a certain way. Benny Keys' videos really set the precedent for me. It helped set the elements in stone because they never changed. The shapes of the 5s and them being in these clear boxes with the maroon outside never, ever changed. They stayed the same. And then other 5s with that same thing were showing up in other people's videos. Example, the way that this number 5 is and the way that this one is, it's the same. Might be different coloring, but this is in the water with JLR. JLR's information all matches perfectly. But this here shows someone in that box that I just showed you with the maroon around it and the clear in the middle. There's no difference. It's just a different creator and it's a different story, different person. Again, these walls were introduced to me when Summer Moon Wells was in her fake car. These walls that are showing here are no different than Summer's box that she was in her final days. There's no difference. She has a box behind her with maroon. She has a number 5. She has all of this. Summer Moon Wells' photos taken from the beginning of her in the car really told the story. Most of everything that was shown in the beginning of Summer Moon Wells told her story. It just did. She's still telling her story. I would say always, how does everyone not notice? Look in the telephones. You have to look in the telephones of these YouTube creators when they hold their phone up. Take a snapshot. You will see that what is in their phone is identifiable to these cases that I cover, and it's the same. So whenever Benny would hold up his, he doesn't do it as clearly now that he did before. Whenever he would hold up his phone, this here, wait, I would collect it because it was the same information, just told a different way. There's the maroon, the green, and the white 5s. And here's that same shape. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And it took a long time, to recognize that these are all the same. Kylie Rodney was standing on one of these. Do you know that Kylie Rodney's body was standing on this same thing on the bridge? Let me crop it. Her body was standing on the 3 number 5 boxes, and it showed so clearly. And you know how frustrating it is when you can't get the authorities to recognize that they're telling you the story? Kylie Rodney was standing on this. Here's your number 5s. Like, why would this be in their videos? And what's to the left is the same thing. It's just, I snapped the picture while it was moving. But it's the maroon, the white, and the green 5. Those maroon and the green and the white 5s show up in people's closets. They show up in the water. They show up. Check a TV showed them all the time. All the time. In the closet. Nothing changed. And that's what is the most important message here, is to tell you guys the elements will not change. They can't. Because it's the story, it's how they tell the story. Right? This is how they tell the story. It's not going to change. The elements and the machine and all this crazy ass shit stays the same. And if you could just recognize the fact that it is what it is, and when I say to the authorities, check a TV in his closet, has this. This is the same thing. I'm telling you it's the same thing. I'm lucky to even have a photo so they know what these elements look like. They're all the same. There's no difference other than it's a different creator. That's the hole in the wall. That's the same photo in the middle that the Idaho 4 kids were right in that position, and they could bust that shit open in a day if they would just pay attention. That photo is matches. Now understand that photo is Summer Moon Wells' story, right? And all these stories are the same. But that photo comes from Summer Moon Wells' group of people, right? That same hole in the wall hasn't changed. It's the same hole in the wall for all of these kids. They're all underground. They all have these things on their necks, and they're in this hole in the wall. This is one of the Idaho 4 pictures. She has the same shit on her neck as I just showed you Ryan Upchurch. Obviously, it's not him, but it's the same. Benny has been in this hole since Summer Moon Wells' first video. This is the hole in the ground that I have been showing. Hasn't changed. Nothing about it has changed, you guys. It is the same elements, the same group, the same sacrifice, but yet it's not being recognized as it is. It just isn't. If it was, they would be able to crack this shit open. Because I'm pulling from other pages, because this hole in the wall that you see in the middle, that's in Don Wells's, says Don Wells, is the exact same situation that the Idaho 4 were in. That is the same hole in the wall. This picture should have busted this thing open because it shows the girls are in the exact same spot as that person's head. They're in the exact same spot. No difference. Only difference is that is the Idaho 4 and the other one is Don Wells' Summer Moon story. It's the same fucking hole in the ground. This is that. Same door, boom. This are the girls standing in the same location. It's not being talked about. Whenever I would notice, and I'm just going back to Benny's videos because a lot of people are new, and I thank you for all the new subscribers and members. Thank you. It's really great. But I am trying to show you when I say the car, the fake car, and when they show the sunroof, it's really a hole in the ground. I'm showing you a few photos of how I got to that place. Because you can't go in a car And the sunroof just keeps changing. It's impossible. It's just not something that happens. And in Benny's backyard, right after Summer Moon, the boxes and elements were right here. These were the boxes and elements that usually are with Adventures with Purpose, but they're right here. The maroon, the blue, the green, and the white boxes are right here on his property. Don't know why, but that's not deep faked. That's not deep faked. I mean, it's there. And then I wanted them to see that hole in the ground, which later just shows as something else. But that's a hole in the ground. To me, that would be something worth looking into. These different holes in the ceiling in the car never stayed the same. And I have a lot better ones, but this was in the beginning because I've shown the other ones that are up to date, but this is way in the beginning. And when I was saying, oh my God, you guys, I was trying so hard to have people notice, like, look at his freaking sunroof. There's shit in there. There's a head sticking out. It's changing. His head is touching the ceiling. It's usually not. It just never stayed consistent. And then when the sunroof started to show other people, I was like, okay, got it. The sunroof they're not in the car. So this is when I started putting the car pieces together because I kept being brought to the car. This is when I'm like, this is a fake car. It's so fake. And that's why I started capturing and collecting these photos. I have hundreds of them. And I collected them because the day will come where someone will be like, well, how do you know? Where's that information? Well, none of these are the same, and he's in the same car. I mean, I have others where there's people coming out of there, right? But, like, what is that? So it's not as if I'm just sitting here saying through my third eye, oh my God, that's not a car. When other people show up in the car like this, and their faces change, it's no longer what you think it is. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who this guy is. But he has the glasses and he's in the video. He's in it. And his situation of where he's seated, to me, is in the kill zone. He's in the real location that they want you to think is a car. Notice the green wall behind him. To me, whoever this is part of the setup. Why do I think that? Because it's just being told right now. I'm supposed to keep this photo to the side. And there's your green screen. The green screen is what helps them do the deep fake. It's green screen. They are not on the road. It's a fake road. Much of this stuff is fake. It's all done like it's theatrical. Well, this video I just got from Benny, so it's new. So he's not in jail. So this is, I don't know who. And Benny's face changes, and to the right, you could tell he's not sitting in a car. Many a times, now this is early. Ernie Shell also showed me faces in the beginning that were very important, and I didn't know who they were. And wherever Benny was usually sitting never stayed the same. I'm picking on him right now because he was the one who showed me how to look for the same elements elsewhere. Like I was brought to Benny's first. So here's a great example. Here he's supposed to be sitting in his garage, but many pieces of the equipment would show, like right on top of him, right? Here, this is right next to him. So it's a big setup, and there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on within the videos, you guys. No Thanks Investigates was also sitting in a box for a little bit. So, I mean, I'm showing you this stuff because the box in underground and their heads on platters and their heads sticking out of boxes is a very, very large part of this program, because I do not believe they could videotape or do anything unless they're in this kind of location and in this kind of a setup. It needs to be layered, and they're layering it by layering the heads, the bodies. So this is an example, not to say it's him. Let's say this came from when he was doing an interview with Benny, and he was doing the same thing, looking down, as if he's looking down, talking to someone. And I show this because this is what they do. The fisherman's always looking down. People are looking down as if it's below them, underground, but yet they could see because they're looking through that one-way window. They're looking through it, and that's what is underground. That's where the deep, dark, fake web is. Right? Like this, underground. This goes down. That is the chain that goes down. These kids are under, in a hole in the ground. They get moved down there by a chain like that. It's real. That's a real chain, and this is a real photo of a family that I follow, and it's really sick-ass photos. But they go down. I knew, now not to say that this is the Olivia, but JLR had these videos, and I found the pictures. And I don't know who or what he was trying to do, but I'm like, Olivia's face looks, and I know that they use Olivia's face. Olivia is constantly a fake face, constantly used. She was brought onto the team for a reason. There's a team here, you guys. I mean, I see the team. Now, not to say they're the ones that are the guilty ones, but I put it together. It was Olivia, Justin for All, JLR, Bullhorn Benny, Molly, Benny. Like there's a group that, and then there's scatters that do like Ziggy, like they do other things, but there's a group, and that to me is a face that would go underneath Olivia's, and this girl was in a bad situation. And this was from JLR's water. That is exactly the same element I show consistently. Those fives go on top of the boxes. It's part of it. Now, the reason I say Ziggy is because I believe that her videos were brought in. This is Ziggy's page. It's just lately, something between Ziggy and Molly, something has shifted. Ziggy, Molly, Tina's World, the Big Eye Girl, something has shifted. Very dark shift, very dark shift. It's like they're not the same person. It's like they're a different person, altogether different. When I went back to Ziggy's, and the only reason I follow the ones that I follow is because they were brought to me day one through Spirit. These were the people, and Tiffany Marie. These were the groups that were shown to me, and I never went to anyone else's channel. I don't listen to anyone else's channel other than the ones that I did in the beginning. That's not Ziggy, but this is in her video. That can't be Ziggy, you know, with the elements around her. But this is what's in her videos. Her videos and what I feel when I watch her is not the same Ziggy from when in the beginning, when same thing I say about Molly. It's not the same Molly. Just isn't. Whatever that means, it's not the same. Totally different. Totally different. And I'm showing you this because Ziggy's channel fits right in. And Ziggy's channel, someone put this information there. Let me tell you guys something. It is location. I know what that little house I know what that is. So she shows all the same information as if Molly's channel. And it was not the same person to me. All of these stories that I put together, Gabby Petito is a massive part of this sacrifice. Gabby Petito's story. Gabby Petito's story was completely covered up. Here is more of the pictures. This to me is Olivia. This to me is the Olivia. That's what it is. Oh, sassafras. Thank you. Wow, 11 months. Oh my God, thank you. It's amazing. And I think that she's being used. This is the Olivia in the car with the fake Betty Bullhorn Betty. But if you notice and look at the elements that I have gone over thus far are in the front seat with these two ladies. What is going on in these videos is nothing that it appears to be. You look at this is exactly what I just showed you. The maroon, the green, the white, and it's on the eyeball. That's supposed to be Bullhorn Betty in the front seat. It isn't. And the information that she is holding within her eyeball is what I just showed you. It's the maroon, the green, and the white number 5. That is a solid element. Here, the maroon, the green. I don't care what order it's in. These are the 5s. And this thing in the eyeball. And that's not Bullhorn Betty. And I believe that the picture all the way to the right is a true photo. A true photo that is expressing what happens to them and what goes in the eye. I believe that this is someone with the equipment on them sitting by the tree. We don't know who this is. But what's about to happen to him is what happens to the kids that are being sacrificed. What's about to happen to him is what happens to the children. Notice the thing around his neck. I would show that all the time with Shanann Watts. I'd say She doesn't have a headset around her neck all the time. It's part of the equipment. You're looking at it. I believe that this group is extremely prejudiced. I believe that this group selects minorities, people that are bullied, that have that aren't the perfect person that they think is the perfect photo of a person. This to me shows a lot more than they think they're showing. Let me grab this photo up here. This here copy, let me show you how it matches. This here kind of a room we've seen. There's no difference between that room and this room. The only difference is there's a cage in this one. They travel. These freaking cages travel. And what you see here, again, is a victim with their head in the box. Some of these pictures are super clear. Now let me brighten it up for you. I don't like to brighten them before I get on, because it kind of ruins them. But when you brighten it up, you see this ain't a bed. Again, it's location. It's location. His head is coming up out of a box, you see. And I have been aware of that since day one. Day one. So when this shit is shown, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Come on. This shit I have been looking at. There is no difference between this head sticking out of the ground than what I've been looking at with Benny's head or Andrew Hiltz's head sticking out of the ground. There's no difference. You guys, it's the same location. There's the hole in the wall. Same location. It's the same information. See? Wait. See? That's Don Wells with his head in the hole. No difference. Different day, different dollar, different person. Different person. It's the only difference. But the information is the same. The fishing boat information is used. The fishing rods are used. Now, not the same fishing rods as you think in your head, because it's used because it's part of the equipment. The equipment looks like it, so they use this kind of information. Wait, let me grab this. Here is just an example of the Olivia that is underneath the deep fake. Olivia is just sitting in the car, but let me show you how they used her. That's the Olivia that's underneath her. That Olivia has been used as a sacrifice. It's all right there. You can't miss it. She has the green spot, the green face hanging on her shoulder. She has the, wait, let me brighten this up a little bit more. Yeah, I'll do one real bright. She has the heart, and she has that thing on her eyeball. This is what I mean when they use Olivia as a pawn. That's super obvious. And that is what is around the neck of these victims. It's the heart, it's the thing on their head, it's what's laying on her shoulder is the same thing I show you on Molly's shoulders. This is what's behind the Olivia in the car. They use her a lot. A lot. This is the little girl that I believe is Summer Moon Wells on the boat. Now, I've shown this many times, right? I have many photos. You could just, look up the videos. It's super easy, but I'm going to explain to you that this little girl, even though you may say, like, oh, it doesn't look like her. I hear a lot of people say, oh, she looks too young, she looks too old. They use this fake skin shit, right? See what's on this kid's face. But she has the elements in her mouth and on her neck, and it's hanging down the front of her body. So what's hanging in the front of her body is the little box. Let me crop it. So this is a Summer Moon Wells missing child that was sacrificed. I believe this is actually the Summer Moon that we know of. This here is identical to the boxes. See, that's a green face. That's what's hanging on her. Anyone that knows, that green face must be with the victims. Must. Must. And this little girl has that shit in her mouth, and she has all of the little hearts hanging from her head. And this has, to me, always been Summer. What's on her face is no different than what you see hanging from whoever is under Olivia. This here is what's on her face. See? The middle guy has the same thing in his mouth as I showed it with Molly. It's just stuff that it's in the mouth all the time. Let me show you a closer look. Here. The Beeston and the Kents give me a lot of information as well. It has nothing to do with them. They give huge storyboards. I have pulled a lot of information from their channels. This is critical. Check It TV, who I don't even know if he's on anymore. Showed the inside of one of these rooms, and this room here spiritually speaking, okay, to me is no different than the wood rooms that are shown on other people's channels. This is no different than just seeing a wood room like this. To me, it's all the same, but these are elements that are critical. Cheka TV's videos were insane. I need to bring this to your attention because it pulls together the face that is in the Idaho 4 killings. I know that when this is JLR's video, I know someone was saying, oh, that's some Homer, whatever, killer's face. First of all, it doesn't even look like that guy's face that he's saying. But what I'm telling you is JLR's video has the machine in the back of this guy's face in movement. The machine is moving and it's changing. It doesn't stop moving throughout his video. The most important thing that I believe that the authorities should pay attention to is that the face on this doll that sits in front of the machinery that does these killings is the face of this guy. This guy. That's whose face it is. So I don't know what anyone is talking about, but there's a connection. There's a connection in all these videos that pulls to the cases that I am doing. See? Right here. Right here. Same. All the same. Well, here's the thing, Robin. I just banded you, but here. How pathetic is this? You are so dumb. You did this once before. And I reported it. And you're just so dumb. Because the more you guys come to the channel, all you're doing is giving an affirmation. You're giving an affirmation that what I'm showing you is true. Judgment Day will come and you will fucking burn. Fucking burn. Stay in here and you listen. Listen with open ears and open eyes. Your day's going to come. You hide behind the goddamn weenie. You do not show who you are. Whatever you do it behind closed doors. You live in the darkness and you live with no faith. You do not live your truth. You want to know how you show your truth? You come in and you bully. Is that how you teach the children in this world to live? Oh, live in the darkness. And then if anyone tries to show the light on you, just bully them. Do you know that is how our world got to where it is today? Because of people like you. You are teaching them how to live in the darkness and just show up on people's channel and bully them. Hurrah! Great for you. Don't you realize how transparent you are? It's so transparent of the guilt that comes through when someone comes and does that. You are so much beneath the darkness and so beneath and beyond help that you don't even see when you do something that shows your guilt. You don't even recognize that you're doing something that shows it. That is how gone you are. That is how brainwashed you are. People are not stupid and ignorant. Let me tell you something, Robin. I work with both the devil and the angel. They come together. And do you want to know what the devil has to say to you? Show the fuck up and bring us summer moon. Brace yourself, bitch, is what it says. That comes from the devil. So get the fuck off my channel. Don't listen because you need to go hide yourself with your little mommy. Bye-bye. That's what they say. Bye-bye, little baby. Bye-bye. I see you curling up like a little child in someone's shoulder, crying like a baby to someone who is your father figure. How about that? I see it. I see it, Robin. You're messing with the wrong person. You want the devil to come after you? Show up. Oh, I'm just gonna go put my hand on his shoulder and he could protect me. 20 years older than you probably, because you need that father figure. That's what you need. Oh my God. Seriously, these people show their truth so easily. Wow, that was so easily done. So easy. You made it so easy. This is the equipment that is in the fucking church. It's coming. I got it in here. I have the church shit in here. Stay tuned for Robin with Summer Moon Wells at the church with all the same equipment that is in all of the photos. Starts here behind JLR and whoever's face this is. Notice behind him the machinery that is used. Notice how it changes. It doesn't stay the same. It is moving throughout the video. Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome for that channeling. Usually I charge $250 for that. So $1.99 ain't going to do it. You want more information? Send $150 and I'll give you a fucking reading that will blow your mind. All the way down to the shoes you have on. And the flooring in your house. I dare you. Dare you. You want me to bust this shit open? Pay for it. You scared to get it bust open? Get the hell off of my channel. La-di-da. Notice here is the machinery. It shifts. It shifts. Whoops. Cut the wrong one. Wait, that's the one I just did. What just happened? Oh, shoot. Here, you'll just have to look at here. It shifts. Look at the top photos. This is JLR's video. The machine behind that guy's head shifts. That machine is in the church always. Robin puts her ass right in there. Right there, right in there. Machinery. And this is a match. This is a match. This should have broken up the whole entire case, but it's not being recognized. Not being recognized. Thanks, you guys. Woohoo! The light always wins. La da 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 da. Ha 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 ha. Oh my God. Happy Easter, bitch. Wait till Sunday. Come to my channel and you will see everything about you. Running all day long. So this photo here shows the whole story. The girls are in the room with the killer. Period. Same information. Same information behind Molly and Betty and Bullhorn Betty. The machine is in the doorway. That is the same machine that is in the Watts' house. The Watts have the same machine. The church has the same machine. The church, the fake church, is where it's at. FYI. And I just got confirmation. Right in my earball. Right in my ear. Confirmation that this is in the fake church. See, when you piss the spirits off, man, you can't do that. I just get more information because they love to come out and play. Especially when they're angry. Spirits love to come out and play when they get very sassy and they get pissed off. Because I get both of it. I get ones that want to be like, excuse the words, fuck you, blah, 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 and then ones that don't. What? Oh my God, this is great. Here we go. This is all the same door, all the same machinery. Molly, Bullhorn Betty, JLR have the same information in their videos. This is actually what one of the wheelchairs look like. And that is actually someone carrying a child from down under. I can't stand this one long. It makes me sick. So this is what I mean by fake faces. The one to the left is supposed to be, what's his name? Dolly? I don't know his name. I don't do much with him. But once in a while, like old photos I'll grab. But I'm showing you that there's faces underneath the face. The middle one is supposed to be Molly. And so is the one to the right. None of these are the people you think it is. And Andrew Hilt. Yeah, I can't open that picture. Whoever is getting brutalized, these people look just like Molly Golightly. They just do. They look just like her. Here, the other groups that I look at, I always say are the Kents and the Beestons. They have all of the greatest information that shows the elements. Here you have Ryan Upchurch with the eyeball cover. I've shown that before. But in the middle is one of the Kent or the Beeston bunch they have that connection on their head. So when you see this stuff and it shines through, understand that these are elements. They're major elements. Major. This here is what gets put on the eye. Now, they really missed the boat with Madeline McCain, because There's so much information on her videos that match all of these stories and all of these cases that I'm covering. They just all match, completely match. The elements match anywhere and everything. This new Olivia that they pulled in gets a lot of beating. Like whoever is under her, this is exactly what was connected to all of the kids. This is the eye thing. Molly, in one of her last crazy videos, because it's really not Molly. Let me brighten this one up. Whoever this is, it's not the Molly that we know, has the same thing. So when you, Sugar Bee, 9 months, woo-hoo. Thank you. Time flies when you're having fun. Here, it's the same thing on the eyeball. Summer Moon Wells had the same thing in the fake church. I showed you guys the other day how she prances around the fake church. She has that same thing because it's a totally fake church. There's no church. That church that they were in is fake. Fake as shit. Fake, fake, fake. Oh my God. Oh God, I see where these spirits are going. Again, these are the elements, and what is on the girl's face is the same, basically the same thing that is on Ryan's face. We don't know exactly what it is, but it's part of this sacrifice that they do in the church. Robin's church. See? Now, obviously, everything is allegedly, right? And I don't have any, there's been no confirmation of anything. This is all for entertainment purposes and educational purposes only. But when you have items like this that match, it's kind of insane, right? Think about it. Think about that. Seriously. Here, Molly pulls some shit out of something. But the pictures in the middle and to the left show you that this is what goes on with their faces. It's a big deal. It's a big deal. So when you see pictures like this, I know some people are like, wait, I don't know if I see it. I don't know if I don't see it. You're seeing it. You're seeing it. Someone here got abused under Molly. These are real elements that must be seen. Animals. Watch the animals. Somewhere, their children and the people that they're abusing and sacrificing are minorities, disabled children. I believe that they're bringing in trans. I believe that it totally focuses on the weak. In their heads, the weak. Those people are far from weak. They seem as weak. You know why? Because they're way stronger than they are. They live their truth. They're happy with who they are. They live their truth out loud. These people can't do it, so they want to shut them down. They can't handle it. Can't handle it. This is really what it looks like. They showed in Summer Moon Wells' videos the hole in the ground many times in their backyard, and it was pretty not eventful, right? These holes are now getting recognized. That's all I could say, is these holes in the ground are being recognized. I can't give much more than that. But these are being recognized as holes in the ground. I believe it's Aaron Carter, and they kind of look like this. They're built. Those are holes in the ground. That is a little child coming out or into the hole in the ground. This is what they look like. They are built. Don Wells built this shit in his house. JLR's auction video really was very informative, by the way. You don't need to watch it because you're not going to find it. But it's very informative because a lot of that information is the same thing that went on with, I believe that is Kylie Rodney to the right. That photo I got right from the Beeston or the Kent group that had a party the same night is when Kylie went missing, and I believe that this is her holding her little bag. And whatever's going on in this fake auction thing is pretty serious. I already handed that shit in to authorities. I do want to say that I haven't reviewed this in a while, and I'm going to review it because I do believe it's very important to whatever they're doing with these people and these kids and these children. These are nanobots. They're real. And I do believe that this has what to do with the sacrifices. I do believe that these are used in a very horrific way. These are pictures of kids from the Beeston Bunch or whatever, the Kents. These photos I get from the groups that I follow, and I feel as if this is what is being used. They're identical, and the information that it shows really, really reflects. You could program these things. I believe that these are being used in a very wrong way. And it's just part of what they're doing, because whatever is in this child's eye on the top is this, or the bottom is that. These are what they look like under a microscope. These are the chips. And they match the little critters, and they match the little number 5. You see how these match? So when you know your elements, don't go looking at these elements as what size they are, what color they are. The element stays the same, but it's used and shown in different ways, right? These little critters, I see these little critters. And these are little teeny nanobites that could be programmed to program the person. This is what they look like. Looks familiar, right? I believe these play a part. And this is why there's so many people involved, because it goes very deep down into political science. That is Summer Moon Wells's eyeball with the number 5 on the side. That is actually Summer Moon's photo that I took off of a video. Let me crop it. You could take any of these kids that are gone, missing, and you could take a photo off of their videos, and you will find the number 5 in the corner of their eyes. You will. It's right there. Those little chips, I don't know anything more other than I believe that those little things, these little things that get put there are these nanochips. These go right there. You turn it. So how they do it is like this. Michael Vaughn's picture of the one in his eye is really clear. That goes there. This goes right here. That's what I see. Yeah, they're creepy, but they're real, and you could program them to do whatever the fuck you want. They're really, really little, and they're made to go under the skin. But these match. See that eyeball? Right here? They're really little. I believe that's what's being put in the eyeball. I do. It very much matches what I show you guys in Benny's phone. Those are the fives. Those are the little teeny things that I believe they're being used. I believe that that's the same thing. That's Benny's phone. The number fives like that show up on the phones as a program. They show up as a program, like they're programmed. Yeah, these chips have been around, and I believe that it's part of what they're doing. This is to the left of the Watts. That's supposed to be Shanann Watts coming home. But look at the elements on her. Look at the elements on her. It's so obvious. I mean, this here, Kylie Rodney had the exact critter hanging from her body. That thing right there hanging from the fake Shanann's body. It's in the video. And then the suitcase has that number 5. It's all the same. They're all keys. It's like they're telling you that, oh, we're bringing in, this is the suitcase that I have, and I've got the keys to it because here I have the program. This matches the 5 on, this matches this, and so does the key. So this all goes together. It's a grouping. Each person has it. Here's the key. Each person has it. But that's exactly what's on Summer Moon. You've seen the thing before hanging. But it's just so surprising that none of this shit is being found. Okay, going to the critters. I'm backing up and showing you how I have been following this since June. This was posted June 15th. The Night Summer Went Missing by Jody Sue Brown. Jody Sue Brown posted this video on the night of June 15th. Okay? The video obviously no longer exists. But this is what she posted. It was like, I'm like, doesn't anyone see the strangest things? The strangest things are in the air. It was a fake helicopter. And these things were hanging from the helicopter. Like, okay. I saved it. I have it since I got it on June 17th. I mean, June 16th. But she posted it on, she's like, she said that that was the helicopter going over the Watts, oh my God, the Watts. Why did I say that? Going over the Wells house, searching. Well, That didn't happen that night, first of all, because, no, this is Jody Sue's video. I have it. I mean, Jody Sue put this out there. It's her video. But the information and what I'm saying is obviously allegedly, right? Because anyone could see that this shit doesn't fly from the air. But she put it out there that night, and she was talking over it, and she says, look at the helicopters going over the Wells house. And I saved it because this is what was in there. This was the first time I saw the green faces. There were green faces. There were cars. There were trucks. There was water. There was a fire. And when I look back and think about it, I'm like, that was the sacrifice. Because it matches the information of a sacrifice. And I still believe that this was over the water hole. That this is what I have photos of by the water hole. Remember that? It was like really, really strange, but those shapes are the same shapes that showed in Don Wells's videos at the carnival. And that's why I'm like, I don't understand. And then I recognize that the shapes were the same. The shapes were the same. The one to the right is from Don Wells at the carnival in that ride. Almost as if they were at the stuff is the same. There's a connection there, you guys. There is a connection between the carnival ride and whatever she posted on the night of June 15th. She posted it. Here is, recognize, before I get off this, recognize and look at the shapes. The night of the June 15th shows fire, water, these shapes, green faces. It shows it. Does that a Jagger? What shapes Jagger drew shapes of? There's so many shapes. I don't know exactly which one, but I can look at it at some point. Thank you, Rumble Lung here. This here is when, as time went on, Benny's hole in his car got bigger. All of a sudden I'm like, oh my God, his hole is now has a person in it. That is what happened to his car. Then on the side of his car, why does this look like this? Wait a minute. Here we go. And then on the side of his car, here, let me repost this. This is the hole now in his sunroof, right? And then on the side of his car became a hole in the wall. This was one of the first times I'm like, okay, now we have a hole in the wall and we have a hole in the ceiling. And then I kept saying, this is such a fake car. And anyone who followed me knows that all I could keep saying is, oh my God, this is such a fake car. This is such a fake car. This is information showing it. But he really gave me a shitload of information, always. And I believe that this is Summer Moon, right? The stuff in the mouth is super important to notice. Where doodled this? I'll look. Has the same stuff in her mouth as like Molly, Benny, Oh, I think it's the 2 more slides. I'll show you more slides of people with this stuff in their mouth, but it's in their mouth. I don't know what it is. So then the car started changing to I just laugh when I look at this because Benny always makes me laugh. I don't know why. Anyone who knows me knows that he always made me laugh. Like when I look at this, I'll tell you the feeling I get spiritually. And I can't even get mad or anything because I laugh. I feel like this person, it's like a child. Like I feel like a child is playing a game and he's riding in his go-kart and just having so much fun, like a little boy. Like I feel like it's a little boy having fun and just riding his car. Like I can't get anything other than that. Like it's so crazy, but this is so not a car is the point. This is so not a car. You see on that side the right here you see the baskets. Wait. But it's like it's so dumb to me that this is even on here that it makes me laugh. Here are all the boxes, right? This is not a car. I don't know, but this is underground. This is underground. These photos just kept getting worse and worse and worse. The feeling I get when I look at this photo compared to this photo, it's different people. So Benny to me is the most transparent and spiritually feeling. The most transparent. I feel like we're looking at a victim here. I feel like this person is not the Benny we know. This is someone else. And this person here is not the Benny we know. It's someone that's captivated and very sad. And I don't like this picture. I feel like a very, very different feeling than I usually do when I see Benny's picture. So I wanted to show you. This one is just completely different. And I want to show you how when you use your intuition and look through the picture as if you're looking at it as if this is in front of you. This person is nowhere even in the area of the Benny that we know. This is completely different is what I'm saying. Completely different. Jody Sue shows a video of these little critters going in the eye. Now no one really knew that's what it was because they just looked at it, right? This is Jody Sue's video, and it shows whatever they put in the eye. They showed in this video, they showed what was happening. And Jody Sue at this time had Tiffany Marie streaming for some reason. I don't know why, but she was streaming in the background as she was covering something. And this person that is streaming back here to me was sitting in the room where they do these surgeries. Remember that? And I'm like, needs to be saved. And this is what I saved. And now when I go back, it really makes a lot of sense. And I don't know if it was Tiffany's video. I mean, she took her whole entire channel down, right? But we all still do have information. And the information that showed in that video was critical because to me it showed the inside of one of these rooms. And whatever they're doing in there was shown. And they, to me, were showing part of the sacrifice, part of what goes on, right? I want to show you correlation. I showed this the other day, and I didn't put this together until now. And the person to the left, to me, is a fake Molly. And she has, and I showed this video how it has all the elements in it, right? But when Summer Moon, they had this for, what was it, her birthday? I don't remember what it was for. But they put this on the swing. It's a dress just like hers. And to me, this was a very strange same kind of a message. I feel like it's just the same message. Her sticks are there. You know, if you look closely to Summer's dress, you see, I told you they all have 3 sticks, and those sticks wound up being in the doorway, right? Of like in the frame of the doorway to the basement. And because I know the elements and I see them, I am going to crop into them so you know what I'm talking about. This is a necessity. Every case that I follow, it's even on the girl with the blue, have the sticks. These sticks are found in the water, and they go get them. Let me point them out. They're covered in mesh, and they have red. So this here is one of the sticks, and this is one of the sticks. On the top of the stick is the little face. Let me crop it. That I believe probably starts out as the green face. I don't know, but it's the same thing, and it's on the top of everyone's stick. This thing. And these sticks are pulled out of the water, and I show them often. The girl in the blue dress has the sticks wrapped in her hair. Every victim has them. So whatever is going on here, let me crop it. I'm brightening it up. She has all the same information as Summer Moon's dress. It's just shown differently. They're her sticks. You see. Most of the time, they wrap it in the hair. That's just what they do. They did that with the Idaho 4. Everything is like wrapped in their hair. Many a times, you don't see it unless you know to look for it. But whoever's doing these pictures and putting this shit together, they know the system. Because if they didn't know the system, this shit wouldn't be in there. And it's placed perfectly. Like, see that tree? Like, if I were the authorities, I would go right to that tree and start digging. This is the stuff that's in the mouth. These are the little critters that go in the mouth. Those are the little critters that were in Molly's mouth. That's what was in there. This is the first time I saw those critters that matched what was in the rearview mirror of Benny's car. Those matched, and they matched all the way down to the case that I was following in Australia. This here I put out because of the lettering. These are obviously elements, but there's letters here that maybe one day I'll understand this. It's like saying something, you guys. It's saying something. This is Ziggy, and the left and the right one comes from Molly's car ride. Now, these little critter animal things show up. They just do. They show up like this. This is what they look like. And they're common. Ziggy happens to be holding it like that in her one of her last videos. That is the same situation that's happening in Molly's car. It's the same. You know, many times they use the dogs as a cover-up, right? Again, I'm going to bring you guys back to the beginning. In the beginning, the only thing I was shown were the V's in the fingers, the V's in all different places, the way the fingers laid, and that Candace Wells's selfies always showed information. Every photo that Candace took as a selfie had purpose. Many of her photos, if anyone still has them, post them and look at them, because Candace never took a picture. Oh, thank you, Pit Mom. Thank you for that super sticker. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the support. Always showed elements. I have so many videos in the beginning, if you go back, that specifically only focus on Candace. And I go back into these, here I'm going to show you an example. I go back into the pictures and I show you what she's actually taking a photo of. Let me show you an example. She has, now I may just have one selfie of her sitting here, but when she has more than 3 of the same picture, what she does is she takes a picture like this, and the elements, which are the maroon boxes in the back, are behind her. And she'll take the same picture at least 3 times. If you don't have the same picture at least 3 times, it's not worth looking at. Any photo that I saved is because she took different angles. And then when I would open them up and look at it, they were elements. The doorway that you see on the bottom left-hand corner in the beginning was red and white. Was the color of the door that shows up in these cases. It wasn't blue. This door in the beginning of the Summer Moon Wells photos was not blue. This here has the elements in the window. See? And notice how there's another doorway in the window. We're looking in the window. It is not a reflection. The way that this house was rebuilt, they never looked at it. They never tore it down, and they just didn't do anything. The information that Candace gave was so critical to finding Summer. So critical, you guys. This blue doorway was not blue. It was red. I could promise you that. Know all this painting and plaster have what to do with the cases. These photos that she took have everything to do with solving the case. Over and over and over, she took the same pictures at different angles. Over and over. Every one of her pictures, I cannot even express it and say it any louder, gave information. If they would have followed these elements, they would have found Summer. She took several pictures of this car. This is the car. Under the car were the boxes, because that is where the gateway was. I don't know where it is now, but if you look closely at her pictures, the story is told. It's told, you guys. Those are the boxes. Those are the boxes she takes pictures of at the water hole. They move. They move. The element that she shows on June 15th, 506 is marked on one of them, and then 606 is marked on the other. You can't see that, but let me see if I could. Somehow, I kept everything, right? She posts the same picture, but the timestamp changed. This never got any traction. Those two pictures that I have on the top with the circle, the first post, which is post 606. The second post, she has, that's 606, that's 606, and then the time changes to 506. I have the stamp of both of them. The fact that she changed it by an hour was never discussed. Ever. It wasn't discussed. This photo shows the equipment. Then she took then she took it down. But let me tell you, she posted it at 506 and 606. That's what I have. And those elements there that you see here in the kitchen are the exact same elements that are behind Candace when she went live with Cracking Cases. And I said, she has the same equipment in behind her. She's showing the same equipment. I don't understand. She's showing the sacrifice. She's showing information. Never got recognized. These are the same things. This isn't really important. Really important shit. It's there's no reason to delete something and change it unless you need to. This stuff in the mouth is real. That is Shanann Watts, and that is Benny. That is the church. This here is Summer Moon. I don't know who took those pictures. I think Robin did. Of the video of the little girl going in the fake ass hospital. Totally fake. This is real. Here comes the fake church. Somehow, our little Summer was branded. She was branded with the V. What you see all the way to the right is exactly what is going on in the videos you see in the middle. What you see with these dancing girls in Robin's video is the same thing that Summer Moon Wells was going through, but Summer is branded. I believe that is Summer. Where is she? Where is she? This was 3 weeks ago. Is she still alive? The Summer Moon that we know? We know that there's lots of Summer Moon Wells missing children that are dead and that has been sacrificed. Who is this little girl? Is this another Summer Moon Wells? Is this a different Summer Moon? This is our Summer Moon that we know, who lays in the car in front. This was the very, 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 very first photo. So you guys have to understand these photos changed in time. They were changed. This photo of Summer, wait, hold on. Wait. Wait, no update. Okay. This picture of Summer, this is telling the story. You see the box? Not everyone gets a photo like this because you can't, they're gone. They've been manipulated, they've been changed. I may have to plug in my computer. But that is the box, and those are the people behind Summer. Do you see what's going on here? Do you see what's showing up here? Let me see if I could change the color. There's a face behind her in white. This is the truth because this was the very first photo. Let me darken it a little. Maybe contrast. Ooh, I'm going to do contrast so you could see what's back here. See? See the information behind her? I didn't do anything. This is what the picture, this is the original photo, you guys. This is no different. This is, yeah, this is, she's got the equipment on her. Absolutely. She's in the hole. She's sitting in a hole. Those boxes, to me, are exactly the same boxes that are behind the fake Benny. Same boxes. See? See Summer's box? It's really obvious, you guys. And that's not anyone's phone but theirs. They take pictures of a phone. They use phones. So that's someone that took a picture from someone's phone. And this is like all created. It's all layered. Layered, layered, layered. You could tell how she was layered in there. Look at how the picture is. I didn't do that. Someone layered her in there. Do you understand? She's in the box. This here, someone just, let me show you, cropped and pasted her into a fake car. This was just pasted in. Why? Because she's in this box. This is a fake fucking car. Look at. That is a crop and paste. I didn't do that. They did that. They did that. This is from Dylan Rounds' video. I've shown this before, but it got no traction. Wait, hold on. Okay. It got no traction. She has this equipment around her head, and she's holding her number 5 box, right? What she's doing here is exactly what I got from the dancing party on Robin's video. These are from Robin's video, the left and the middle. There is no difference from the child in the middle dancing like that as there is in Dylan Rounds' video. That was a video that's supposed to be Dylan Rounds in the plaid, okay? That came, I don't think it's up anymore. That came from his Facebook page. Came from his Facebook page. This here is from Robin's YouTube page. That is the same shit as what's going on in Dylan Rounds' video. Period. Whatever this is, whatever someone's trying to show in Dylan's video, wait, can't seem to get the coloring right, is the same information as Robin's. And this is why she's upset, because there's no explanation for this. No explanation for this. If someone could explain to me how a child with machinery dancing around on someone's YouTube page is normal, awesome. Awesome. Fucking show me how this is normal, Robin. Did someone put it in there? Someone else put it in there? This is the truth. It's not my video. That's your video with Timothy with that thing on his neck. Look closer. Look closer. This can't be mistaken. That's not even deep faked. That is on his neck. On his neck. Now tell me who's the one who's going to get burned. Really? This is Quentin Simon. Quentin Simon had the same thing on his face. Quentin Simon had the same equipment on his face. Wait, I'm going to grab my computer charger. I showed this before, but I believe that the information is just getting stronger. Wait, plug this in. And Quentin Simon, I told you, they were not going to bring him justice. They found a bone. Big deal. What they find? His finger bone, his pinky bone, and then they called it a day. Quentin Simon has it on his eyes, he has it on his face. These are the little bones. That is the equipment. The pictures that come from Don Wells's videos are it's absolutely pathetic that they haven't said anything. Haven't said anything. Look at the photo that shows up in Don Wells's video. A skeleton of a person. But yet, it's not talked about, but it matches. This is the hole in the ground, and I brought this up earlier, that really solidified my element to the hole in the ground and the hole in the wall. Don Wells and Candace showed it all the time. All the time, you guys. I mean, the pictures that Don Wells showed on his videos were so crazy and no one looked. Like, they didn't look closer. They got into the drama of their conversation. But if you looked closer, you would see they're not all Don, right? Wait, why does it look like that? Bright. Let me show you. A stripe just went over it, but let me show you. If you look closer to these, they're all different. Like here, they're not all Don. Like these people are in a box. There is no difference between this person sitting in a box talking than what I started with. There is no difference in what you see here and what you see here. This is the same. This is the same. Period. They are in a hole in the ground, and it's the same situation. Nothing different. Same situation. Same hole in the ground. Here's the room. This is what happened to our poor summer moon. This photo shows it. Shows it. Sometimes I'll say, oh my God, that guy has the same band around his head as Don did during Summer Sacrifice. These are really old photos, and this shows it right here. This isn't the Summer we know. This is someone older. And this is really, can't really see her, but Don has that thing around his head. It's a band. It's a metal band. And that's Summer that they want you to believe is Summer. Is right there, hanging from the ceiling. Hanging from the ceiling. And no. No traction. None. But that's our Summer. Again, I showed this before. This is the same door. Nothing has changed. Every case, they're in front of one of these doors. They're in front of one of these doors. Here was what the door used to look like. I don't know when it turned blue, but this is the red door that shows up in the Idaho 4. This is the red door that shows up, and then it just turned blue. But this was an important location. It really all started here with Don. So the Idaho 4. These are photos. Come straight from the Idaho 4. Seriously, they do. Nothing. Here's the kids dancing on Robin's YouTube channel. The girl in the middle, again, this is stuff that gets put on their faces. This here is a child that looks like Summer in this situation. These are masks, you see. These are masks. Summer dancing in the fake church. That's something with that guitar. That's a cover up for something. But this is exactly what Summer was doing, and this is exactly what they're doing in Robin's video. There's no difference between the video of the fake fucking church and what she is showing in her video. No difference. They are doing the same movement. They look like the same children, and it hasn't stopped. This is the same thing. There's nothing about these photos that show otherwise. Does it look like they're having fun in any of these pictures? Does it? No, it doesn't. Summer Moon's arm is branded just like that sick-ass video I showed you of the kids underground in cages. She has the same branding on her as the kids do in that video. You guys, she has the same brand. That video I showed you, which is called Sick Ass Video of these kids underground in cages, the tattoos are the same. It's the same. Those photos were from the same video that had here. The video that has those cages is the same video that starts with this. It starts with this. Let me show you, because not everyone probably has seen it. Here. They're branded. And this was a horrific video. And it's all the elements. This is the video that to me had Summer and Michael Vaughn in it. It's really tough for me to look at this one because I think that the information it gave was, to me, a lot. It showed them here. I believe that this is Summer and Michael. Right there. I just don't understand it. And they're in their number 5 boxes. You could see the boxes on the bottom, see? And they're layered in 3. That's the number 5. This to me is them. Like I can't even see it any other way. It's and she's branded in the video from church the same way. You get it. This is sick shit. The middle photo actually is JLR when he goes to visit the waterhole location. The picture of JLR visiting the waterhole location, his picture matches fairly well to the guy in the food truck. Very well. They have the same information. The food truck is a bunch of crock of shit. So this, whatever they have on their faces in the food truck isn't anything new. It's what they put on their faces. That's what you see on their faces. It's common. It's a common element. The fake skin is a common element. Benny in the beginning used to have it all over him, really messy, and they've cleaned it up a little bit. But here, whenever you see it on the Beeston Bunch, it's actually hilarious because it's so fake. This one was the funniest. Let me show you what's in his nose. I'm like, wait a minute, what is sticking out of his nose? Check this out. This is so funny. That's sticking out of his nose. You know that's an element, right? These are these are like what the little critters look like. It's in his nose, and look at his eyeball. His eyeball is exactly what I showed you they do to the eyeball. That's the little guy. That's this little guy in the eye. Wait. What you see in his eye is this. It's the little teeny micro, whatever it's called, copy. This. It's in his eye. It's that thing. But I don't understand how he could show that shit. And the same thing with Benny's fake eyeballs. See, this is what goes on. They put this fake stuff on them and the kids have it. And I've been looking at this for so long. But there's more, there's more of you now that are watching. This is the Idaho 4, right? The picture all the way to the left is one of the girls, and that's really what her face looks like. She has no face. She has a mask on, and no one noticed it. But this Pete guy, his video shows the sacrifice. And this is the Pete guy that followed the Idaho 4 TikTok. I want you to realize that what he has the letters Zav. He has Z-A-V, Zav, as well as the A. Right in front of you. The information that is in his video is significant to the case. It's huge. Don't know who he is. Nothing. But that says Zav. And then all the way to the left is the A. And then you see this right in the middle here. Wait. That's one of the critters. Here's the A, and this says Zav. So, why hasn't this been talked about? It's pretty significant. When he opens up the room and says, "When my crush finally comes over," those are the boxes, you guys. Those are the boxes, the maroon, the white, the red. And then there's whatever the blue one right on his door. But he says it. And look at the ceiling, the wood ceiling. That wood ceiling is the same wood ceiling that they show every time they show the girls and the group. This here. See her face? Shouldn't be like that. Here he is laying down, and he has the critter laying with him. That little critter all the way to the left. I think I have it in here. Wait. That little critter that you see to the left and the one that's to his right, I just showed you that little face that goes with every case. So they have one of these. I just showed you Summers. This here is sticking. It's right next to him. This tells me that this is where the sacrifices were. That. And it's in the leaves. Now, obviously, it's not there. It's somewhere. But this is the story. This is the story. The other element I wanted to go over for those that are new was the refrigerator, and it really bugged me that this is what the refrigerator looked like that came out of Harmony Montgomery's apartment. This is what the refrigerator on the side looked like. Do you guys know that this is the box? That's the box. See the bottom of the refrigerator? This is the fridge that came out of the house of Harmony Montgomery. I tried telling them, I tried saying that's the maroon box. Like this, like what's under there? If you look closer to the refrigerator, that's what's on the bottom. It's the maroon box. And there's shit coming out of the bottom. Like it really wasn't a refrigerator. And that person's like sitting, I don't know what that is. But that came out of Harmony Montgomery's. Again, this guy has pretty critical information. And it really should be looked into. Going back to Robin's video for a moment. This person is looking into, I believe it's some of the equipment. Like there's part of the equipment on her, right? She's looking into this thing and smashing her mouth and face into it. Now, I've seen this before, right? You've also seen it here around Shanann Watts' head. It's just part of the equipment. But this is at her dance party. This is at Robin's dance party. That's Shanann. And this is Michael Vaughn. They all have that thing on the side of their head. This was a great photo to show you how Michael Vaughn is connected to the same thing on his head as every freaking victim. Whoever they said was the fake. Oh, what's coming through there? Doesn't that look like Dylan Rounds that's coming through the picture with the fake Madeline? I didn't put that there. This is their photo from the news. This is the fake Madeline. Oh my goodness. Who is that look like? Doesn't that look like Dylan? This is what her face looks like. This is really... There are 3 different people here. Right in the middle. Wow. Let me put contrast to it. Oh my goodness, look you guys. So this is the stuff that shows up in deep fake. And it shows the truth. That's what's in the middle. You guys, that's in the middle of the fake Madeline's face. I mean, that's really clear. That's really clear. This comes from that lady's videos. her videos do not, they just don't show Madeline. Wow. Wow. And this is Michael Vaughn. And he's connected to the machinery. He has it on his head and he's connected to the ceiling. This is the Idaho 4. This is a picture that came from the Idaho 4. This picture is very, very, very telling because wherever this is, it to me matches up to where Aaron Carter was. There's something about this that is the same. That picture is one of the Idaho 4 girls' photos. Oh, look at the thing on her phone. Wait a minute. Doesn't that match his head? Wait. Doesn't that match his head? Right? Wait a minute. Even the lettering. Look, you guys. If you turn it upside down, the swirl lettering is the same. You guys see what I'm talking about? Wait, let me get a picture of his head. All right, let's see. This section right here. Right here. I might be wrong. Huh. There's something about it that I connect them. So this is Nita's World that also shows the equipment in the back. It shows it right there in the middle. And I showed this the other day, but what I want to show you right now is how this matches. This is what's in her video, hidden behind her actual video, is how that to me is the room. It's the room, and it really should never have made it into that video at all. Like, this is the closest to the room you're ever going to see, ever. Like that, I don't know how I got that one. But this is Robin's church. She didn't even know this all was going to be here. This is way, 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 way back in like month number 1 when Summer Moon went missing. Look at the T on top left is the same. Top T. So this here is this room. And this here I kept because this was one of the first churches that I saw Robin in. And I'm like, that's the equipment. Like, it was like, I don't even know if this shit's still up there. But this was the first one that I saw her sing at. It was like years ago. She was young. Like younger. So of course I kept it because that's what I'm told to do. And this here, for those who remember me putting this out there, I'm like, this is moving. This is the equipment. Like, right? That here stands today. So if that's true, it should all match up, which it does. Because I said that the video of them visiting Candace when they said she had her fake heart thing, totally fake, they show the equipment down the hallway. And the equipment down the hallway, it all matches to the beginning. The equipment down the hallway matches what I showed you underground here. It matches my very, very, very first photo from the carnival, what was underground. If you bring them all together, this is the equipment. It's not, it hasn't changed. The video of Candace in the hospital was nothing more than showing sacrifice. So let me roll these up so you see them. So this is Candace's hallway, right? This is underground. It says it was by train stop 45. I showed this a while ago. And it's the equipment shows, wait, down the hallway. This one here is from the very first church information that I went over. And then the one all the way to the right is from Nita's World. This is all the same shit. Same. This is all the same. What you see to the left, I think that came from... Shit. I think that came from... I can't remember. Oh, thank you, Bernadette. Thank you for the super chat. Not thank you so much. Nothing's changed. And they're all from different places. All from different channels. And they're all showing the same information. There's a reason for that, you guys. Remember them from the farm? Fender's Farm? Same information. All the same information. To the left are the Idaho 4 girls. I don't see the boy. I just see the 2 girls. And there's one of the heads. And then to the right is from the carnival. All the same. This is what's in the back seat. Check-It TVs. back seat. And then what you see over to the right is Molly's. Yes, Molly's. Summer's is all the way to the left, and then Molly's, I'm going to point it out. Molly's last video, of, I think it was for her going to the funeral. This is from Molly. This is from the Beeston Bunch, and this is from Summer. I don't know whose, but they're all the same story. They're wrapped in all the same thing. Molly, Beeston Bunch, Molly, Summers. I don't know whose it was. It's all the same information. Molly's is the most telling because it has the ones that are lighting up. And I have a lot of videos that show this clearly. Wait, let me grab it. This is Summer Moon had this right on her. This here is so telling. This one. See the clear one? I want to point it out because the people are new. This clear one is very important. This clear one. And then this is going to turn into like, this was like the green face. And then there's this. But this is a sacrifice. And the clear one for Summer is the one that now has like some color to it. See? Looks gold. All the same information, you guys. All different cases. All different cases, all the same. These faces to me, they just all mix together. They all mix together. They all look the same. I threw in that, I don't know who she is. She's from Truckee. She looks like these girls. Like she looks like these girls. Like she looks just like them. It's the strangest thing. I don't know who she is from Truckee, but what's in the corner? Wait. But, I mean, it's right. Doesn't she look just like them? Wait, let me see what's in the corner here. Oh, interesting. They all look the same. See? These are all these are the girls that I'm just following. The sheriff, yep. And then, thank you, Jay. This is Molly's husband. I never really took a look at him until you sent it, so thank you. And the one in the middle, it sure looks like David Dawson or whoever. But all these guys look all the same. Like I feel like there's one person underneath here that just resemble all the same person. To me, the faces are coming together. But I put this out there mainly for the law enforcement to see the faces that are really there. Again, this is a little girl that's in her video. I feel like all of this is one group. This little girl shows up in videos on to the right, and she always has the fake plastic around her with the red hair. This little girl in red hair reminds me of the one that's showing up in her videos. This here I've shown before. It's very clear what's around her neck. Very clear. This is what goes on in Nita's videos. There's someone in there that gets completely abused. Her videos are used. I went over this the other day. This was Candace's very first YouTube profile. And it just says a shitload. I had to put this back out there because if this isn't telling the story, yeah. I had to re-put this out there because it's insane. This picture's insane. I look at it all the time. I'm like, I cannot even tell you how I feel like these are the same. This was Molly. I put this just to put this back out there. In the beginning, I would say how they were always sitting, these kids are sitting on a chair. They're not swinging, they're on a chair, and the chair is, the chair hangs. So what you see to the left is, someone hanging from a chair. And what you see to the right comes from JLR's video when he goes to the lake. Oh, thank you for that $1.99. Thank you. So look at how the guy to the JLR to the right matches Summer Moon Wells sitting in her chair. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I'm not getting into Robin conversation again. It's so overkill. So this is Summer Moon Wells in her last days. Right? And this is Summer Moon Wells in her chair to the left. And for some reason, JLR has that photo in his video from the waterhole, is what I'm trying to say. And this is our summer moon. This is JLR's photo from the waterhole. I find it to be very telling, as if he has information that we don't have. And this video and these photos will continue to tell the story, because that's just what they do. This will tell the story. JLR shows the same information at the water, just like Kylie Rodney. Almost identical. No one has seen information like this before. It's not information that was given outside of his information that he posted. Because this picture isn't anything that anyone saw or had. But these are Summer Moon Wells's trophies. I know that. So why the fuck are they in your video? This is Summer Moon's poster that JLR put up, there is another child under her chin, just like the photo in the car. I told you there's another child with her. My question to JLR is, who the fuck is in the video with Summer? Who is that? We've never had this before. We don't see this. We've never seen this. This isn't what's in the poster. We would have known. So next time you go live, can you please tell us who that is? What does that say? Timmy? What does it say, you guys? What does it say? Does that say Timmy? Well, the only one who could tell us who that is JLR. Because there's a little boy in here with Summer. And it basically kind of matches her last photos. Oh, I'm not going to get into this one. This here kind of sums up what's going on underground. This is their storytelling. This is what goes on. This sums up every one of the critters. This comes from the family that I follow. This is telling the story of the Summer Moon Wells missing children. They have the story. These are all the critters that we see. So this is the story of what and where they go. This here is whoever is getting sacrificed this very moment. Is right there in their cage. How am I doing, Robin? This is the underground. Welcome to the underground. Wherever this is, you could see the entrance. Let me show you the gateway. This is the gateway right here. It's the doorways right here. And this is their story they're telling. This is the same picture that I showed you guys matched Maddie from the Idaho 4 in her Facebook post. These pictures that you see here come from Summer Wells's vigil online. This is Summer Moon Wells's vigil. Summer Moon Wells's vigil is to the right. Kylie Rodney's party is to the left. They are identical. What you see here is the same story, the same elements, the same information as what's going on underground. It's the same. It depends on whose vigil you visit, will depend on the truth of information and how much you receive. The vigil that I went to get this amazing information was Nita's World. What you see here is exactly what you see underground. This information here is what you see here. Kylie's information is so strong, and Kylie isn't being forgotten at all. Like, she's her information is very strong. Her information really, really matches Summer Moon. This here, right here, was at her party. This is from her party. Everything that shows up in Nita's World's vigil are the same elements. I don't give a shit what's flying around. They're the same. They're the same. This shit was flying around for the Idaho 4. It's flying around for all of them. There's no difference between what you see in Checka TV's closet than when you see the baskets at the vigil. You guys, it all gathers. They gather it all together. Summer Moon Wells' vigil winds up at the water. They go to the water, and whatever they're doing at the water matches the information from this underground group as well as the Idaho 4. She has the exact same information. These are the same photos. There's no difference. What, I turned this one upside down and it's exactly the same. Watch. Let me see if I could brighten. If I brighten it, sometimes it gets, I turn Nita Worlds upside down and it's the same information. This is Summers. And I mean, it's the same stuff that Maddie had on her Facebook page. What you see to the left is what's underground, and what you see to the right is from Kylie's party, and it matches. Same information. What you see to the left is from Kylie's party, and what you see to the right is from the underground. They're just all flying critters. This is from Nita's World's vigil. This is from Summer Moon Wells' vigil, you guys. You can just to let you guys know, I have like maybe, I have like 12, 15 more pages. This is Summer Moon Wells' vigil that came from Nita's World. And this is exactly what they do. Here's the green face. Here's the buggy. Here's the people pulling it. This shit is all flying. There are people standing there. Actually, I thought it was really weird, but it's actually people standing with lights. My question is, why does Summer Moon Wells' vigil here have 3 crosses? Does anyone know? Does anyone know why Summer Moon Wells' vigil has 3 crosses? This was really weird to me. I had to throw that in there. It's just really weird. So, this is Kylie's, right? And this is Summer's. Kylie's says August 5th, and Summer's is up in the corner. You guys, they're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. They're doing the same thing. Here, they're doing the same thing. These kids are hanging and they're in this location. Summer Moon Wells has those little hearts and stuff attached to her head in so many pictures. I need you guys to start noticing it. The clearest photos that you'll get of that same thing in the eyeballs will be seen mostly on Ryan Upchurch's and Ryan Upchurch's mother's photos. Now, I don't know anything about them, but it's the same shit. They have the same information. The eyes are a massive part of these sacrifices. During Robin's church, fake church, Summer Moon's eyeball, something is going on with her face. Now, throughout the whole video, this section of her eye changes as if she's having her eyeball removed. This is in the fake church, and this is our Summer. The one all the way to the left is from that girl, Big Eyes. Whatever is happening to her is the same thing that is happening to Summer. This. And whatever is happening to Olivia. So this doesn't change. This doesn't change. The car, the fake car and what's in it. Whatever this is, it's not one of my main elements, but it's an element. This is the meshy shit with the hearts, and this is what's on the fake Molly, and this is what's in the car. This is the same fake car with the hook, and it's all the same. It's all the same. This person was sacrificed, whoever she is. This person from Walgreens was posted on June 15th. I always try to remember to put it in my videos because I can't forget about it. I always want to be able to find it, so I throw it in there. He's a very important face. The one to the left comes from Summer's video. Can't remember the one to the right, but these are the same. This is more important. Summer Moon Wells's videos from the car shift, and they tell different stories depending on whose car video you have. The car video in the middle shows the stars, and it shows that she's with someone else. She's not alone. And Molly's video that she did with her going to Walmart shows the stars. And this, to me, these are all identical. The one to the left is from Olivia's videos. I put that in there because it makes sense to me. It's from Olivia. And I don't understand it, but it makes sense. All to me, all three of these pictures to me are the same message. Same message. Yeah, I don't know why Olivia has that. It's a very odd video. When I say that they're looking down into a window, one-way mirror, one-way window, this is the perfect example. When Benny looks down, or when Ryan looks down, it reminds me of them look down into a hole and they're throwing something down there. And this is a little boy. I don't know who these people are to the left, but his hand is on the plexiglass and someone's looking at him and he's looking at them, but he can't see through it. It's a great example. See, that's not Don. This is someone who is was sacrificed. And these are just great. It's just a great example of his hand is on a plexiglass. I wanted to show you this. This was very important. I finally found it. This should be a slam dunker picture for the authorities, because that's Michael Vaughn to the left holding his 5. That's Summer Moon Wells in the middle, and that's Madeline McCain to the right. There's no reason all 3 of these kids should have the same number 5 box in their hand. You know, when you see it for the first time, like I saw it for the first time, Michael Vaughn, this is Michael Vaughn with some little girl. I'm like, that's the number 5 box. And then when I saw it again in Madeline McCain in the same situation, I'm like, this is Madeline McCain. That's a head on hers. Summer Moon Wells is right there behind her. Do you guys understand that this little element brings all these cases together? This brings them all together. This element, these elements here are key. And no one talks about it. No one brings it up. This is the summer moon wells that shows up in the corner of the video that she's in. This is the stuff that really, really should be discussed and talked about. This is the stuff, elements to elements to elements, that will help bring justice to these children. The summer moon wells missing children, you guys are waiting. They are waiting. And there are a lot of creators out there that are on YouTube that have answers. They're sitting on it, they're hiding it, and they're not even looking at their videos to acknowledge it. Why not at least acknowledge it? Why ignore it? That is the question I don't understand. The only reason you would ignore it is if you're fearful to talk about it. And the only way you know how to talk about it is to bully other people. So it's so obvious, right? You all make it so obvious. I've been talking about these elements for, it's going to be 2 years. And not one of you have acknowledged that this is in your video, nor have you even checked your videos or discussed it. It's coming up to 2 years. That is why Robin Lane is pissed off. She doesn't know what else to do other than bully. It doesn't work here. I don't really give a shit. I don't care. Because all it does is piss the spirits off and makes for a better presentation. Duh. That's what you did. You kicked it up a notch for me. It was amazing. So thank you for that. You guys, I'm calling it a night. I'm calling it a night. Thank you all. Thank you, you guys. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for listening and learning and having an open mind. And thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for my super chat, super stickers. If you haven't subscribed, subscribing is a free thing to do, and it's a wonderful way to support the channel. Thank you, Muffin Top. Thank you all. God bless you. Thank you, and we will talk soon. Good night, guys.